to 225 since the outbreak of the virus in the country. The new cases were confirmed after 1,705 samples were tested in the past 24 hours. The country hasn't recorded any fatalities and 98 people have so far recovered.
Hygiene measures that we are undergoing right now is something that I will take with me even after the pandemic.
The governments of Kivu North and South have agreed to cooperate together to combat any new infections of coronavirus after the recovery of the initial COVID infections in Goma and Bukavu.
Everyone on board will be expected to wear a mask, and this is an obligation everyone boarding must honor. This illness has come with a lot of hunger. I'm glad that we're now returning to work.
Defense and Security Department in Burundi has been upgraded to ensure security is strengthened during elections, particularly now that campaigns are underway. The call has been made by the head of Electoral Commission in the country, Pierre Clavier Kazihise.
We were discussing about voting centers and the number of voters in those centers so that security organs could organize themselves properly on security matters. It is important that people must be ensured of their security during the election period.
And defense officers in Uganda have been sent to various parts of the country to ensure that truck drivers follow all COVID-19 preventative procedures that were agreed upon by the Council of Ministers towards the end of this week, with temporary health centers placed on the highway to be used by the drivers.
Cargo and fuel should consider using the railway transport for imports and exports. They should obtain guidelines from Uganda Railway Service regarding this matter.
And that is the end of international news. Business news follows shortly after this break.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
We believe that the driver is the customer.
To change the mindset of traditional HR to the digitalization.
Make sure that everybody can get some access to financial services.
And once we understand the vision of our leaders, we then need to be behind them and help them in achieving that vision.
Business have involved mercantile operations, trade guilds, or shared agricultural production, infrastructure, construction, financial sectors, tourism, and mining. Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back, and in business news. Onion prices in Mtwara have gone up from 3,500 shillings a kilogram to 6,000 shillings, with a 100 kilogram sack of onions selling between 400,000 and 450,000 shillings. The price increase has been contributed by shortage of the commodity caused by ongoing rains.
The issue of onions is very difficult following this disease and transportation costs. We get onions from Singida region, where we sell 1 kilogram between 5,500 to 6,000 shillings. This situation is caused by two things. First, the coronavirus and the weather. In farms, it is raining heavily, while the crop does not need a lot of rain. It becomes a bit of a challenge to harvest them.
The Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture, Gerald Kusaya, has directed the Cotton Board in Mwanza to take stern action against dishonest executives of the board who are alleged to have been involved in selling to traders pesticides given free by the government to be used by cotton farmers.
Pesticides must be sent direct to farmers, but unfortunately we are still finding the same pesticides sold in shops. I think we should put a special sign that signifies that these products are not supposed to be sold in private shops. As the Ministry of Agriculture, we need regular reports and measures taken in addressing such issues.
Residents from Lushoto District, Tanga region have urged the government through the Sugar Board to collaborate with the Fair Competition Commission and intervene by taking stern measures against traders who sell sugar at 3,200 shillings a kilo instead of the government indicative price of 2,700 shillings.
Imekuwa ni bei ya juu sana, ni kuanzia 3,200, 3,500 kutokana na mtu alivyonunua.
Kilo moja nauza 3,200.
I sell 1 kilogram of sugar at 3,200 shillings. I failed to follow the directive due to the price that I bought this commodity was high. I can't earn a thing if I have to follow the directive. I had a meeting with the supplier of sugar and all traders in Lushoto district, where the supplier is actually selling sugar at prices that were set by the government, which is 2,700 shillings.
And that is the end of business news. Sports news follows shortly.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Kane trying to go with him and he's being dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Kane trying to go with him and he's being dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Opposition, Joaquinho, he did lose to Lynn.
In sports news tonight, Tanzania Footballers Association Chair Musa Kisoki has called for wisdom to be used on making a decision to end the Premier League if there is no specific regulation in case of a pandemic.
Kuna kanuni inayosema tutafuta ligi ya mwaka huu, bali kuna.
There is no regulation that says we will declare the league null and void. But there is a regulation that says the champion will be named only after the league ends. So maybe the authorities, who are the federation and the league board, can see what can be done through their committees on either adding a regulation, because regulations are required in soccer.
Former Simba Sports Club President Alhaj Ismail Aden Rage has refuted claims that he wishes to return to sports as a leader, insisting that he will continue to give advice whenever required.
Kwa hiyo kwenye michezo alhamdulillah namshukuru Mwenyezi Mungu nimepata nafasi nyingi.
So in sports I thank God I've had many chances and I was never sacked anywhere. I left voluntarily. so I'm resting. But when they need my advice, I provide it. What I'm proud of most is that I have left a legacy. I sent Simba Sports Club to Brazil for 45 days.
Mauricio Pochettino has admitted that he is dreaming of retracing his steps back to Tottenham one day, revealing that he hopes to return and win a trophy that eluded him during his time in charge. Here's more on the story.
Pochettino transformed Spurs into one of the top sides in England during his 5 years with the team, leading them to the brink of silverware but never getting over the final hurdle. Tottenham once finished second and twice finished third in the Premier League under Pochettino's stewardship, and also reached the 2018-2019 Champions League final, in which the Lily Whites fell to current title holders Liverpool. But Pochettino's reign in North London turned sour in the 2019-2020 season, and the Argentine was sacked in November, with Jose Mourinho coming in as his replacement.
Jose Mourinho says Harry Kane will indeed be assessed once Tottenham are allowed to train in groups again before knowing when the striker can return to action. Here's the story.
England captain Kane, Moussa Sissoko and Steven Bergwijn have all in theory recovered from their respective long-term injuries. Spurs head coach Mourinho, though, will have to see how close they are to full sharpness compared to the rest of the squad whenever team training is allowed again amid the coronavirus pandemic. Kane has not played since January 1st, when he suffered a serious hamstring injury in Tottenham's 1-0 defeat at Southampton in the Premier League.
And Manchester United midfielder Fred has explained how Bruno Fernandes' arrival at Old Trafford can help him score more goals for the club. Here are more details.
The Portuguese had made a huge impression with the Red Devils before the suspension of football due to COVID-19, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's side looked a more creative outfit with the January signing in the side. And Fred, who has also impressed for United this season, believes Fernandes' arrival will help him score more goals. Fred has alternated between playing attacking and defensive midfield since his arrival at the club in 2018, but admits he prefers to play a more advanced role, which he had been seen in for the final few games before action was suspended.
And that sports item ends on News Bulletin for tonight. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. Thank you for watching and good night.
You can watch Capital News live on our social media accounts, YouTube Capital TV and Facebook Capital Television Tanzania, from Monday to Friday at 9:30 p.m. Don't forget to subscribe and put notification on.